All right, guys, welcome back to episode number 3. We got Porter to my left.
Here.
And to my left, we got Chillin' 2 times.
Double left.
We in here about to talk about, I guess it's kind of another serious topic. So let's get going on fatherhood. Talking about fatherhood and the different perspectives we have on it.
Word.
So, what's the first question, Shay?
The first question is basically us sharing our vision of fatherhood in our own lives. Like, what is our relationship with our fathers?
I was going to say, that ain't end up being the question.
I'll send it up.
Yeah, no doubt. Chill about to go to sleep.
Nah, I'm good. So I guess we start, what, left to right or right to left?
No, man, I can start.
Right.
I'll start because mine is probably the, I guess, quote unquote, saddest. But my dad wasn't really correct. You just gonna say that right? You gotta chop this out for real.
Heck no, this is gonna be the snippet.
Yeah, Lee, I heard you when I was going upstairs say we ain't doing
No, like, funny thing.
I don't even have a booger in my nose.
Yeah, you do.
I got a booger.
No.
Like, what you talking about, bro?
Hey, nah.
You tripping.
I mean,
I know.
I was got a booger, man. That mean, you got a booger. What?
I'm bringing laughter to your sad moment.
Oh, thanks.
I swear, though, it's all done. The sunlight.
That ain't the sun.
They don't even know that.
It's raining outside.
They don't know that.
Yeah, they ain't know what about it.
Most people that's watching this from grown up.
They don't know what they were film. The first time ever.
Oh, snap. Matter of fact, I do got a rebuttal.
You don't.
We put up the snippets on Saturday.
That's a snippet. That snippet could have been made
The
Tuesday.
very first. We put up the episode on Tuesday.
Yeah, but they don't know we still on film on Tuesday.
Our first episode, we posted that video talking about we in the lab when we was in the CIA. That was on a Saturday.
They don't know it's a consecutive thing.
Yeah.
Now, damn.
I ain't about to concede this.
Alright. Now I'm cautious of boogers.
My bad, man.
Let me make sure my joke clear before it's my turn.
Right. Yeah, booger.
I gotta stop my own train of thought.
Hey,
Hold on.
Right?
Huh?
I told you.
Bro, no, you ain't got one, but it is for real. I hit it.
Yeah, leave, man.
Alright. Ain't no book. What the? You asked.
Pull out the ocean. Where they go?
No, the sun. No, the light made like showing some ashiness on my hand, man.
Oh, before we get into it, remember you still carrying around that
Hand
hand sanitizer?
People be like, can I get some that?
Oh,
There you go.
bro, it used to be the hand sanitizer plug.
People used to believe I made that. I used to take you band and squirt. No,
Yeah, that's why your hands actually now because all that hand
I believe
sanitizer.
so, bro. But my hands perfect.
There
Now you gotta double up. Them hands was like took all the lotion out.
Yeah.
Your phone gonna mess the mics up, bro. Hey, bro.
That ain't my pocket, though.
Try to put it in a secret compartment.
I got a couple jackets like that. Alright, let's get to this vid though.
Alright, yeah.
My bad, y'all. We just chill.
Alright. What was the first question? First question was,
Our relationship.
My relationship with our fathers growing up.
all right, growing up, there was a guy, I almost said his name, I guess I could say his name, Zach Mike Black, and he was like there since I was like 2, but he wasn't my dad.
Hold up.
So
His whole name, Brown?
no, I just added the black part.
Oh. I'm like, yo.
Zach like that.
But nah, he was kind of my father figure. No offense, but wasn't the best. We won't get into all that detail, but my actual father wasn't there. I didn't actually meet my father until I was 12 years old. He just randomly came to my house and actually took me to Georgia to meet the rest of my family, which was awesome because I got to know them and I still know them to this day. Shout out to all my family on my dad's side. Love y'all.
He just popped up and said, "Yo, I'm your son. I'm your dad. Let's go to Atlanta."
I mean, he didn't say it like that, but I knew of him. I had seen pictures of him. And we had like, I think.
No, that's what I'm asking. Like, the same day meeting went to Atlanta.
Right. Oh yeah, that happened. Or the next day I went.
But y'all like talk. Have y'all talked previously?
We had been writing, but not about going to Atlanta. No.
Yeah. That's what
we
It's just that's why I'm like, dang.
I mean, but you think about it, a 12-year-old who never seen his dad, he's gonna be excited and want to go with him.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying dang in general. Like,
my mom, bless her heart, told me not to go, but I went anyway, and it was not the best experience. Other than meeting my family, it was just he dropped me off with my family down there, and he would just go and do whatever, and I wouldn't see him until the night. And I actually spent my birthday down there, so I wasn't even 12 yet. I was turning 12. But anyway, it was a good time, but I didn't get to know him, you know.
Yeah.
And so came back. It had been maybe 3 or 4 years before he contacted me again, and he wanted me to change my name from my last name to his last name. And I was like, in a better way, I was like, bro, I don't even know you. Like, why am I have your last name? You ain't been around. So he got mad, and he talked to me for some years. Then I was about to get married. He came into town to see my granddad, and he met my girlfriend at the time, Keisha. And then I thought we was on better terms. I invited him to the wedding and didn't show up. So that song, the Andy Mineo song, where he's talking about his dad not coming to the wedding really hits me. Photograph, something like that.
no, it's a
Photoshop, isn't it? Anyway, so that's my experience with my dad, and so I don't really know what a good father looks like, you know. I've had great men in my life, but I don't really know what a great father-son relationship looks like. And so I'll talk about this more later, but that's kind of having an impact on me right now since I have a son, you know. So anyway.
Yo, but he's mad petty for like.
Well, he more than petty. That's a good word for it, though. You got these on the table.
He's like, yo, hey, did you change your last name?
Right? Like, I don't know you, bro.
That's why I'm gonna make sure.
But I think it was because he's in the military or the army. Which one is the overall?
The military.
He's in the military, and so I think it's because I probably asked to use his GI Bill for college. If I was like 16, 17, and he wanted me to change my last name, I guess for that maybe. I don't know.
Was he gonna pay for it?
I mean, I was asking for his GI Bill.
I'm talking about the change of name.
Oh, he probably would have, but that wasn't a problem. It wouldn't sound like Lamorier. Oh, I shouldn't say it. I'm gonna say it. Lamorier Lawton. That don't sound good.
Yeah, that's too many L's.
I struggle saying your first name.
Yeah, don't try it.
Say it one time.
Lamorier.
No, like why can't you say it?
Yeah, they know it for years.
Right. It's like saying a little more, yay.
Lamorier.
Bro, what you got in your pockets?
A brush.
What the heck?
Alright,
what the heck?
bro.
It's a whole salon, bro.
Why you need a pick? You ain't got
You got clippers in there.
Let me edge myself over real quick.
I'm good, man.
Alright, you straight?
I'm straight.
But that's all for me. What y'all got on fathers?
So my dad, he wasn't in the house. My dad and my mom split. I don't know when. I was super young, 4 maybe. But yeah, my dad has been around in my life. Like I just talked to him yesterday. But he was real young when I was born. He was just about to turn 17. He turned 17 2 weeks, 3 weeks after I was born. Yeah, his birthday's on the 9th, mine's on the 22nd. So whatever time between that. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And he don't have a good relationship with his father. Like I can count on my hands the amount of times, I don't call him my grandfather, he's Charles to me. I can count, like I seen him when I was 8, I remember seeing him when I was 8. I remember seeing him when I was 12.
Your granddad, not your dad.
Yeah, my granddad. I remember seeing him when I was 12, and then I remember he came to my high school graduation. That's the only 3 times in my life I've ever seen him, so I know he don't have a relationship with me, he didn't have a relationship with my dad. So I think that's where a lot of the inefficiencies came with my dad. And yeah, he probably introduced me to some things I probably shouldn't have seen when I was young, because I lived with him from the time I was 7, the summer before I turned 8, till the summer before I turned 12. So I lived with him for 4 years. And if you think about it, he was only 25, 26. And so he really didn't have any past knowledge of how to be a father. And he was super young. So I don't blame him for the inefficiencies, but we have a good relationship, and yeah, that dude's funny, so I like to talk to him, kick it with him. But I done lost my whole train of thought. I'm tired too. I just got to work. But yeah, I feel like our relationship is solid, but he wasn't in the house. So I think that's affecting me now. Like, how your situation affects you, since, we both have kids now. So, what about you, Judy?
I guess mine is like on a way different level than both of y'all, because my dad was there since I was born until the end. But growing up for me,
To the end.
to the end, you know what I'm saying?
You still alive.
But on the real, my dad, he's been in my life, like I said, for a minute, for a long time, the whole time, until I was old enough to get out and do my own. My dad was a good dad. When it came to like him and us, the kids, me personally, I feel like it was a dope relationship. Did I see my dad much? Only when he got off, which was like late or something, but that was one thing that I'm thankful that my dad did teach me and my brothers. As a man is supposed to work.
Yeah.
And he always worked. I'm not saying my mom didn't work, because my mom worked too. She was a daycare teacher for like the big people downtown. My dad, he's a chef. He tried teaching me how to cook, but I'm not a good cook. You feel me?
Let me cut in and tell a quick story real quick. So one time, I was over at his house.
The chef R&D pizza?
Yeah, bro. So he put a pizza on the oven rack, just the pizza, and then like
long time ago.
the little joints.
Oh no.
He put it on the oven rack,
It melted through.
and it folded through the oven rack, and like 15 minutes later, it was like, bro, that pizza burning. We opened up the oven, that pizza black to them. That's all a pizza cracker at the.
I don't know what happened, bro. They gave me fake crust or something. I ain't never let no piece of fold on the rack and fall through.
Bro,
That's exactly what it did.
messed my whole lunch up. You know we was broke.
Yeah,
Man,
we was struggling back then.
that was a whole meal wasted.
2 pieces, yo.
Heck yeah.
They both of them fell through.
They both got ruined, yo.
Extra crispy.
But
I was hungry as a bug that day.
but yeah, so my dad, he was a chef, all of his life. And he tried teaching us cooking. I guess the only thing I got from him was how to make cereal and hot dogs. Because your boy came. Well, now I'm a lot better. I'm a lot better now.
How you gonna mess up cereal?
You don't put the right amount of milk in it,
Bro,
bro.
you gonna boil the milk first?
But nah, on the real though, like, I just wasn't that, I don't know the word for it, that skillful when it came to cooking. But I stepped it up now, I know how to throw down. But my other 2 brothers, they phenomenal with it. My younger brother, Destin, he's the next dad when it comes to cooking. He took that role and he loved it and he can throw anything together. So my dad, I mean, he did a lot. He taught us that. He taught us how to treat a female, how to treat a lady. But the arguments between me and my dad growing up, once I got old enough, got a little hair on my chest to actually speak up to my dad, was the things he was telling us, like how to treat my mother. We seen opposite of him. And my dad never put his hand on my mom. So I don't want people to think my dad was a woman beater or anything like that. He never did that because they both just always argued. And my dad used to always tell us to like never talk back to my mom. If we ever like put our hands up or thinking we're bigger than my mom, we was gonna have to deal with him. So my dad loved my mom and always taught us that, but when it's just them 2, they able to argue with each other and cuss each other out. Like, and he tells us not to cuss and everything to our mom. So I guess it was a different relationship between them 2, but he always taught us, hey, this is not what you're supposed to do with a lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know what was the root cause of my parents' arguments at that time, but that's just what he did, and they argued, but they still loved each other. Till this day, like now they divorced, but they still check in, making sure one of the others are alright. When I turned 18, that's when I got into the biggest argument with my dad. One of the things my dad told me is never to call a female the B word. And that's just something I hate all the way to this day. I don't cuss, so if somebody can say the B word, y'all want to, y'all can. But
Bills.
Birds.
nah, the BITCH.
You want us to just say it?
I don't cuss.
Just trying to give us that.
But anyway, and in the heat of an argument, they was already broken up at the time. Because my parents broke up when I turned 17. And then I moved back home to Roanoke. I was living in Charlotte at the time. And I moved back home with my brothers and my dad. And then my dad got an apartment, and then my mom came in town for my birthday, my 18th birthday. And then for some reason, them 2 got into an argument. And as she was leaving out, I mean, he didn't say it to her, but he was mumbling and he said the B word. And that's when I really got heated, because I'm like, I hate when random people get called that. So calling my mom that is a whole different level. And I stood up to my dad and was like, man, you better never call my mom that again, or I'm gonna have to deal with you and all that. And, I mean, I'm still under my dad's roof. So I mean, I always respect my dad. I still respect my dad's authority. And he was like, well, if you got a problem with it, get out too. And literally, I went to go pack my stuff up, and I left out, and I didn't even think twice about it. I'm just like, ain't nobody gonna disrespect my mom. I'm not even my dad. And my dad reached out to me about 2 weeks later. I mean, he's been trying, but I kept ignoring him. Me and my brother was in the same school, and my brother kept saying, Dad would say he want to talk to you, and I ain't have a phone then. Because I always thought my parents was bluffing. They was like, because my sister got a phone, like right out of high school, and I always used to be like, can I get a phone? And they used to always be like, when you get a job.
Bro,
And I thought they was
BlackBerry
playing.
you had?
Yeah.
He had the first BlackBerry ever created.
Yeah, oh, okay. I
That
told my
joint was
teacher
great.
to calculate. But yeah, so and he reached out to me and he apologized, and me and him squashed it, and I apologized for talking back to my dad. But now, as a man, as I got older, I had personal struggles with my dad. Just on a pride thing situation more of to where now I'm older now. I don't like to be told what to do now from you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I still respect you, but I ain't no little boy now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to look at me from a grown man point of view now.
Mm-hmm.
And in some reality, like, it's true. Like, when we get older, and for those that still have their father in their lives, I'm speaking from for us, like, for that point of view, is like, even though they still in our lives, like, we still have to respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my eyes, that's the way I look at it, because God has given him as my dad, as my authority, so I'm still gonna respect you. But I ain't gonna disrespect you, but I'm still showing you respect, but at the same time, I'm gonna let you know, like, I got hair on my chest now too. You know what I'm saying? So
Literally.
yeah, I do. I got a little line, bro. I take pride in it.
We trust you. You ain't gotta show us.
But no, so I love my dad. We got a great relationship now. I got different stories I can tell. How I got my first apartment. It's had a big part of my dad as well. Yeah, I don't know if I had time to share it, but I'll wait. But yeah, that's my relationship with my dad. He's been in my life.
Back to the neck.
He's been in my life, and he taught me a lot of stuff that I do today of how to actually work and be the provider.
Right. So that leads me in to something else. Well, you can answer this or what you took from your dad that you want to apply, and we can, I guess, talk a little from the point of actually being fathers. But so, what did you take, good or bad, from your dad, like your relationship with your dad? Like, and how are you applying it to being a father?
I guess for me, ever since I came back from that trip when I was 12, I've been telling myself, like, no matter what I do, whether I get married, whether I just adopt somebody, whatever I do, if I ever become a dad, I'm going to be the total opposite. That was my life goal, was to make sure I knew that I was going to treat my son well, or daughter, child well, meaning I was going to be there, I was going to help. Things might get, like what Chillin was explaining, you might get to a point where you're arguing with them, but I at least want to be there and present in their life. And I guess maybe I'm speaking ahead of this question, but I just feel like I thought these things, but now that it's really true and it's really here, I'm just like, yo, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't know how to be a dad. I don't know what to do in certain situations, And so it's definitely a learning process. But I guess that's what I took away from him. It's just like I'm not gonna be a deadbeat dad, and that's what he did. Yeah, deadbeat dad. But I guess another thing I took away from him is, again, it's the opposite of what he's doing, but love one woman. And because my dad has kids all over the place, and I don't think that's something to be proud of. So that's just where I'm at. with that.
Word. See, like, yeah, I took a few things from my dad. Like, Chillin said, yeah, my dad worked. He, cause he dropped out of high school. I hope you don't mind. I don't know if you're watching that. But, but he dropped out of high school, but this dude always had a job. And he's super handy. So he can like fix a bunch of stuff. He can do whatever. He was a landscaper. He used to fix refrigerators. He was a chef. This dude did everything. So I think that's one thing he taught me. Well, through his actions, and one thing he did make me do, he made me play sports when I was younger. So that also, instilled in me, like, you gotta work hard, you gotta be like a team player. And he's super goofy, so I guess that's how like where I get it from. So I'm always, goofy with the baby. I'm always playing with her. We always singing and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess like some stuff that I took from like maybe the bad things is not so much not shelter her, but maybe don't expose her to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, let stuff happen in time, and then I can explain it, but don't show her different things. Like, again, I hope if he watch, he alright. But so he showed me, like, I seen, like weed when I was young. Like, he exposed that to me when I was like 8. Alcohol. He would drink, but I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this: when you say exposing something to you, and it's just for my sake, I'm sure maybe somebody else had the question too. He's not like sitting you down and saying, "Hey, this is weed," and explaining it to you.
Yeah, not on the educational side.
He's just like doing it around. Or I ain't gonna say he's doing it, but he's just around people that's doing it, and you around them too.
Yeah, well, he was doing it.
I ain't want to put his business.
But yeah, he was like, I'd see his weed. He would smoke. He drunk and stuff like that. He would let me drink. And then another big thing that I think kind of ended up plaguing me later was the pornography. He exposed me to pornography when I was like 8. So I don't want to shelter her, but I don't want to expose her to, maybe not the extremes of life.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, I can't say be one lady, because he was married for a long time too. But maybe because he never, I know he loves me, but he never, says it. So that's another thing, express my love.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure, I'm saying it, I love you. So she for sure knows. Show her through actions and words.
Mm-hmm.
And shoot, I think that's about it. What about you, Chili Bean? What you want? What you take from your dad that you want to apply?
I think the obvious is definitely working, being a provider, because that's my ultimate goal when I think about future stuff. With the future family is that I want to be the one to do it. And that's not saying, for the guys that's out there that can't do it, I'm not saying that to kill your pride. There's so many other different levels you can do of being a father. I'm just speaking out of my what else. What I want. But for my dad, I'll take that from him. I would take the love, because my dad, he did let us know, he loved us. After every time we get into an argument, my dad never let the argument just sit. And that's something I'm super thankful for, because I do that till this day. If I'm arguing with you, someone close, let me clarify that. If you're on that bro level,
that homies get cut off.
If you're on that bro level,
Same
or if I if you're on that bro level, or if you're on that, or if I disrespected you level, and didn't realize until later on, or a girlfriend, just in general, like,
I get you. I was just messing.
yeah, just in general, I would definitely like not leave the argument at that. I would make sure we squash that thing up before it get too far to the point to where it doesn't even matter. So I love my dad for doing that. So that, the cooking, even though I don't cook all that well, I can always hit him up and be like, yo dad, how you do this? Can I come home and show me step by step? Can I record? But
You ain't gonna just Google it.
nah, you can't trust everything on the internet. I had a burger off the internet one time, and I was killed. The grilled cheeseburger? That's
What's it?
you grilled cheese.
I almost kill you.
Bruh, your boy's stomach was hurting, bruh.
Speaking of which, I was supposed to get some meatloaf from my mama. Sorry.
I wish my dad made meatloaf. He keep making chicken lately.
Speaking of meatloaf, my mama need to make some meatloaf.
You still making ribs tomorrow? But so definitely those like main things. My dad was with one female, my mom. But the bad that I can take from my parents' relationship, from my dad's side, of something that if I was in his shoes, I would do differently. That I'm going to do differently. Which I will say this, for people that do know me, I can come off as a hothead when I'm frustrated. But when I'm frustrated, I give people warnings to back off. So
Like what?
I would stay to myself. And I will.
Say, I'm mad, back off.
No, I stay to myself and I try to get away to calm down. So I'm saying that, I'm clarifying that so people don't just be like, oh, this dude's just like, oh.
I seen one instance.
Yeah, man, that's the whole incident. I know y'all for like 10 years. I'm what y'all seen a
I
couple
seen
of.
one incident playing hide and seek.
Alright, that.
Come on, boy.
Yeah. Love you, homie. Congrats on you, B. Joining the office, so you know who you are. But, yeah, you're a cop now.
Nah, he a CEO, ain't it?
Yeah.
You still get these hands.
Hey, it's a challenge. Hey, y'all watching this hard, comment hashtag chili versus lamb.
You gonna lock me up, but I got a homie that's a cop too. Shout out to Dayton. They'll get me out in a heartbeat.
And I know he be watching because he commented on the first video. Young Lamb. So Lamb be watching.
Yeah.
He challenging.
Bring that tail to Ronald, boy. But nah, shout out to Lamar. That's and so the bad stuff that I wouldn't take in my relationship with my future wife and family is I want to be slow to anger, slow to react, be able to think before actually responding, and not letting my first assumption take over my whole assumption.
Yeah.
I want to be able to show. I can't say like show because I don't know. Because my parents argued, but they did do a lot of lovey-dovey stuff. So it was like weird. So like my dad would just randomly like him and my mom would go out and they'd go out to eat and stuff. Or it's been romantic moments that I seen my parents have too. So it wasn't just all bad. A majority, yes, being honest, it was arguments. So that's just something I would definitely take as like not arguing and actually taking the time out to understand her point of view and where she's coming from, and being sensitive to her feelings. Because we gotta also like remember like females are, and there's no excuse, and I don't know if females think I'm looking down on them, but
Bro, we about to get mad hate for this next comment. I feel like I know where you're going. Go ahead.
females are a lot more sensitive than the guys, man.
I don't think that's true.
Hey, we'll talk about that on the next episode.
No, we won't.
But I think they're feeling, they go through more emotions.
I feel you on the point where, because I know Lanita probably gonna say something watching this. Like, oh, you ain't never sensitive to me, da 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 da. You always want to joke. That is probably something I could work on, is being more sensitive to her feelings. Because you know what my first reaction is, like, you better stop being a chump. You better suck it up.
You better take this joke.
It's like when y'all was moving, that table was heavy as hell. I'm like, he talking about some shit you can't carry this table. It's like, I'm barely carrying.
She was in the army. You should have seen her. She would be doing pull-ups more than the dudes.
But she just had a baby, bro.
So she had to carry 30 more pounds.
Oh my God.
So she got strong legs.
Dang. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, that's just all I have to say is that I just want to be more thoughtful and understanding. I don't want to argue the way that my parents did, especially in front of my kids. I believe parents are going through arguments. They shouldn't hide it from their kids, but they should let their kids know everything.
True.
And yeah, so.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it earlier. So what is some of the fears that you have, going into fatherhood?
I think for me, like you said, I touched on it a little earlier, but it's just the fact that I didn't have a great role model as far as like being a father. And so that's one of the things I'm scared of is like, am I gonna be like too tough, too like micromanaging on his life because I want to be a part so much, or am I gonna not be able to tell him about this stuff because I didn't learn about this stuff, or I learned it on my own? Is that gonna be the right way to tell him? I don't know, something silly like how to wash under your balls or something. Excuse my language, but just like
Hashtag may I wash your balls.
Nah, bro, they get washed. Don't get me twisted there. But that was a silly example. But just stuff like that, like what?
You did make it seem like I ain't got no dad and like to show me how to wash my balls.
No, I mean for real, like that's what I'm saying though. Like
I'm just not into it. Point.
A man should show a man how to take care of himself. A man should show a man how to live.
Nah, we never clean, bro.
I'm just saying like this. Like my mom, like when I was going through things, she shouldn't have to. / she just don't really know.
Yeah.
And so, not that she taught me anything wrong, but I just want to make sure that's just a fear of mine. It's just like, am I going to be able to teach my son how to
realistic. It's like a mom can't teach you how to hold your drinks or pee in the toilet.
Well, she can, but she just, because she did, but...
I ain't think that.
Or like,
I mean,
or something like
that.
Or something like a shade. Like,
right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or like when to start shaving, or how to, just different things like that.
When's the right time to put on deodorant.
Right.
Like, different stuff.
So, anyway, and as a boy, most boys don't like to shower. And, like, to tell him why it's important to shower, just little simple stuff like that. So, that's one of my biggest fears. And then also just, this is going into a totally another thing, but just being a husband and being a father is just something that's brand new to my whole, like, family. It's almost just been like, how do you be a good father for your wife, if that makes sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, when do you step in? When do you let the mom handle that? When do you...
So y'all like the tag team.
Right. So I think that's another big part of it too, is trying not to be, I don't know any better way to say this, but like too tough and make the mom seem less than, I say the mom, I'm talking about Keisha obviously, but I'm just saying in general. But yeah, that's my fear. Those are my fears.
This is mad random. and I just thought about this. Is Zach a junior?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Zach Mike Black Jr.
I was like, what the heck? I don't know why I just thought about that.
We used to call him Zach Wright J. Mac Jr. He used to get so mad.
That's too many.
Zach Wright J. Mac Jr. But anyway, yeah, he's a junior.
Huh. I never knew.
Yeah, he's the only one with the last name Mac. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we all, I guess, I feel like we all Max. Just because.
Return of the man.
But yeah, anyway, that's all I got.
word. My biggest fear is for her not to be a young chicken head. Nah, that's not my biggest fear. But that is honestly a fear though. Like, I don't want her to be.
Be out there.
Yeah, cause I don't. Well, for one, it was mainly me and my brother, so I don't know how to talk to young girls about, sexuality. So I think Lanita's different. She's a different type of person. She has.
What you mean?
I think she has like a different mindset than most people, or most women. So I don't know if I just don't. My fear is that I'm unequipped to talk about stuff like that. And another fear of mine, but this is like a fear of mine in general, but as a father, as a husband, like as a person, I'm afraid of failing. Like I don't want to fail her. I don't want to be, like you said, I don't want to be too tough to where she feels like she can't come to me, so I failed her on that front. I don't want to be a financial failure, so like I can't support her. So that's honestly probably my biggest fear is I don't want to be a failure. Maybe like to myself, I don't want to be a failure in her eyes, to Lanita's eyes. Another fear, like you said, like it's new. Like I never seen like a 2-parent household.
Right.
I don't know.
A healthy one anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know how we should interact to teach her stuff. I don't know how we should interact to punish her. I don't know any of that. So it's new. So everybody's afraid of the unknown. So it's just a different obstacle. What you think, Chili Bean? What you think, Lil?
My number one, because really I only have one thing that I'm scared of.
Spiders.
Terrified of spiders. But my biggest fear when it comes to like thinking about my future, my future child in life, is fear. I feel like no man should fear another person. And to have your family fear you, I think would be the worst feeling ever. Having my child like scared to come to me because he did something wrong, but he don't want to tell me what he did wrong because he knows how angry it is. Or my wife scared to bring up certain subjects because certain things are sensitive to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's my biggest fear. Is fear. Ignore that.
I know.
My biggest fear is fear when it comes to relationship. Because I want the best relationship with my son or daughter, with my wife especially. I want us to be on the same path, same accord. And I know we mentioned this in the beginning. We're not talking all about like we all three are Christians, but we ain't gonna just talk about like God. But I do want to throw this in there because a lot of where I want to be as a father. Even though my dad was a good father and he did show me bad stuff and good stuff, I really do look towards, like, even though I take stuff from my dad from that point of view, but when it really comes down to it, even though I would never be perfect, I want to strive as hard as I to be like God when it comes to fathership. Because my biggest thing, like I said, is like a shame, like being ashamed of yourself to the point to where you think you're no good. And that's how I used to be before I gave my life to Christ, is that I felt like I couldn't share none of my problems with people. I'm just an ugly person. And for God, who I look at as my dad, to be like, yo, son, I still love you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can still come to me and talk to me about anything. And I'm not going to curse you. I'm not going to, like, hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be there for you when you fall and get back up. And that's my biggest view of what I want to be like to my kids. Is somebody that my kid can, like, literally get on the bike, fall down, and know I'm going to be there to help them get back on that bike and start over. You know what I'm saying? And be with you every step of the way.
Shoot, you know, guys, sometimes this love is the punishment.
It is, but it's still like a real love.
Like a lick.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. He'll never give you nothing you can like overcome, but he's still there to like say I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just messing with you. Like, he could give you the whale.
And he could, but and that's cool too because that goes back to my dad. Like my dad has been that type of dude to where like if I like doing something wrong, he will pull me aside like and tell me, or he'll argue. So I mean that's a good way too. But God wouldn't like argue with me on that point of view. We just
shoot, I don't know. You read Job.
bro, if you don't stop doing this,
Yeah.
I know, but
That's my favorite part of Job, matter of fact.
Job wasn't really an argument. It was a test of
God spazzed on him.
it was a huge test of faith.
I'm talking about at the end.
Oh, in the end of that?
Like, what, chapter 31, 2, when God was like,
31, 10.
I forgot where it was at, but when God was like, was you with me when I was making the earth? Nah. So you can't say, now I'm not a nothing.
But that's not like,
That's the point.
literally, that's not really like, that's not really like a whip. That's like a check in life.
Now, yeah, he checked
That's like me stepping up to my dad saying like, no, I'm not gonna close my door in my room. This is my house. And he can look at me and be like, did you pay the bill for this house? Did you go and get groceries for this house? You feel me? So it's just the truth. It's still love, but it's love with truth with a backbone in it. And so it wasn't fear. I wouldn't look at that as fear. I would look at that as a reality.
I wasn't saying fear.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
That's just my point of view of the fear that I have is being the guy that my kids or my wife in general cannot come to because they're scared of the way I'm going to react.
You want to tell me a story? Man, me neither.
Well, we're going to wrap it up.
No, we got one more thing. Real quick. Because I think we started at like 9 minutes. You see, look. So we got about like, I don't know, 10 or something minutes.
No, we can keep going.
Alright, bet.
I thought that was a perfect time to wrap it up. But keep going. What's up? What's up on your mind?
Oh, fathers in the black. We black. We fathers. You gonna be a father?
I will be.
This one.
I will be. I'll be a father.
I ain't gonna say it.
So what?
No, I was gonna make it a hashtag, but I'll just let it die.
I will be.
We give you this episode off. We was making fun of you for the first 2 episodes. Now it's male's episode. Watch your balls. But I don't know where I was going with it.
Black families, yeah, I don't say it all back.
Black families and the fatherhood. Alright, so I guess it's like a 2-part question. So what's your view of fatherhood in the black community? And what do you think we could do to remedy or keep it going? Whatever if it's positive or negative.
I think that it's been negative for a long time. But I do think, especially in Roanoke, I think it is becoming more of a positive thing and more of a, you see it more. You see black men stand with their families more. Now, they could be broken families, and what I mean by broken families is the dad could not be the father to all the kids, or the mom could not be the mom to all the kids that they're living with, and so, but the father is still there, taking care of his family, regardless of what it looks like. And I know that there have been a stigma on black communities with fathers not being there, but I think, like I just said, I think it's more of a normal thing now to see black fathers there, and to see black men taking care of their kids, and not just being there smoking weed and drinking and bringing their boys in, but actually being there and taking care of their family, working and just stepping up in different ways. I've seen it so much in the community. So I will say that's a good part of it. I'm gonna start there, but there is a flip side to that. Of course, there is a side where there are so many families where the black families where the dad is not there, and it just ruins the kids. It just really wrecks their life. Just the fact of them not being there, and I'm saying that from personal experience, just because, you might have, somebody at a ministry or a church that you look up to, or somebody at school that you might look up to, or even a stepdad that you might look up to, but he's not your dad, So I think it really changes the outlook or the potential success that the child might have. And I think it's just a constant cycle that, like I said, is getting broken. And it looks great the way things are changing. Like I was just at the gym last night, and I just, everywhere I turned, I just see a black man with his son or with his daughter. And it's starting to look better. So I don't know if that answers both of those questions. But again, to my last point, to help it, or I guess what's the word you use, to remedy, to guide it on. I think it's just great to keep on seeing these black dad events and people supporting dads, and not just black dads, because I know children probably will talk about not just being about black families, but just dads in general. Because in the low income specifically, there have been so many families that grew up without a dad, kind of in my same situation. Like you don't know how to be a dad, and so I think, and I'm saying this to the community, to everyone, support those that you do see trying, and really get behind them and push them and help them. And for the kids watching, be forgiving to those men who are trying to be dads. I was real rude to my stepdad at points in my life, and now experiencing it, I can't imagine how hard it was for him to, take care of a kid that's not his. So, and then for that kid to be running his mouth, I was saying some reckless stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got. I know we're running out of time.
Yeah, but I guess I'll keep it a little short. But when I think about it, like, what's this? I don't know. I feel like I might have just made this up, or it might be a real saying. But like movies reflect like reality. Is that a saying? Or did I make it up?
I never heard it.
I don't know. Maybe I made it up.
Movies reflect reality.
Maybe, or reflect the time period. Am I tripping?
No, I never heard that.
But anyway, but if you look at, all right, because when I think about it, like, all right, so if you look at like, movies from the 70s, it like the black community is painted as like a close-knit community. There's fathers in the house, everybody else in the community checking the youngins, putting them on game.
Yeah.
Then if you like fast forward to like the 90s, like when gangster movies started coming out, it's all father wasn't in the crib, in the house, or if the father was in the house, they was doing some gangster stuff too. But now, like, I agree with you. It is starting to be cool again. Like, yo, let's be a community. Let's be fathers in our households. And if there's a household that doesn't have a father, let's be that father figure in that household, or big brother figure.
Yeah.
So, like, let's check the youngins. Let's put them on game. Let's teach them something. I feel like that is starting to be the move.
Yeah.
And to I guess keep it on that wave, if you are a father, or if you're going to be a father, you want to be a father, the title of father is huge. Like, it's a super big privilege, and it has so much responsibility tied with it. So what I would say is to cherish it, cherish that title of being a father, earn that title of being a father, and, you know, do your best to maintain the integrity of that title.
I don't really have much to say on that. I agree with y'all. Because a lot of times it's like a hard subject to talk about, because that's something that frustrated me too, is within, like, even though, like Mayo said, I would be speaking more from all fathers' point of view, but if, like, just focusing a little bit on the Black community, I think it's just, I don't know, I look at it as super sad, like a lot of the reasons why a lot of these kids are growing up without dads. Because they're using their moms as trophies most of the time. A lot of times, and I'm just speaking from the Black community.
Can you explain that?
More I smashed this girl, like, check her off.
Oh, you're saying the dads?
The dads are using them, not really taking responsibility of the action, of the, like, of the consequence that come with it.
Yeah.
Like, I smashed this girl. Oh, she pregnant, but since I got her easy, that baby ain't mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And really not taking in the responsibility. And yes, I would agree. Like, nowadays we're seeing a lot of these men, like black men in the family. But at the same time, I'm looking at it from a lot, because I know a couple that are just now getting into it. And I wish it would be like from the start. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made your bed, doesn't mean you have to be with that lady, if that's how it's gonna be. But for you as a dad, I think a lot of dudes out there like to call themselves dads and fathers and really getting it twisted. Like, you're a baby dad, you're not a father. You know what I'm saying? You're not actually doing what you need to for your kid. Yeah, you're paying child support, you think that's what you call taking care of your child? You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense, but my brother Mayo, like, he had no dad, you know what I'm saying, in his life, and now he's saying he's struggling for, like, he don't know exactly how to be a dad. You know what I'm saying? And if your dad, I don't know if your dad was paying child support or not, but even if your dad was paying child support or not, is that still him showing you, like, how to, like, wash under your balls? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta keep bringing that up. Example.
Or cutting the grass, or taking care of a female. Like, does that show like that? Like, literally? I think it's a lot of shortcuts and a lot of stuff that we do. And I think as other black men, especially like y'all are fathers, like, we can take that and show these younger men that. Like, I do think, like, for us to do understand that pain and hurt, instead of, like, continuing the cycle, we need to take that and be an example to those that's going through the same shoes or the same walk, and show them, hey, this is not the way it needs to be. Have a child at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Or there are some cases where it's an accident. Yes, sometimes people have child in an accident, you get scared, but at the same time, don't let that fear make you feel like you can't take care of your responsibility. Like, if you need help, don't let that pride get into the way, because that's another situation, I believe, is why there's a lot of fatherless people, because their pride gets so big, and they ended up letting that take over to the point to where they feel like, hey, I'm not done with this. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to ask for help. So me personally, I feel like for all the fathers out there, but mainly, since we are talking about the black community, those black fathers that are with their family, like, man, pick up another brother that's struggling, like, just offer some help or just struck a conversation. Like we said in the very first episode, struck a conversation with the person just to give like little hints and ideas out, you know what I'm saying? And pour into them so we can break that cycle of fatherless homes. Because it's more than just paying child support. And it's more than just telling your bros, hey, I slept with this girl. You know what I'm saying? Like actually taking responsibility and saying, yo, I caused this lady to have a baby, or I might have. There's nothing wrong with getting a paternity test.
Or you could just don't get nobody pregnant until you get married.
Right? Just, like if it's hard for you, just don't wrap up. You feel me?
That ain't no.
I mean, I'm talking about to those that can't do that, wait till I'm married stuff. I mean, I'm not advertising having sex before marriage, but
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like you talking about some double up. God,
I'm just saying, some people out there it's probably a struggle for them if they out there still.
I'm sure it's a struggle for everybody.
Yeah, so I'm just speaking in general. I know, and when I said double up, I was just joking anyway. But yeah, I feel like we can break that cycle of those who don't have it all together, but want it all together, like work together as dads in this community, and help pick up the slack of some men that ain't doing their job. Not just focus on our kids, but also like showing other kids that's out there that need an example. So.
Well said.
Yeah, very well said. So that's it from us today. Be on the lookout for the next blog posted up on our website. Subscribe, y'all. We need some subscribers.
Yeah,
we need y'all
share.
Like us. Come on, man. We in here for y'all, for us too, but for y'all. We trying to make this back and forth thing. So comment, leave us some questions. We got our social media manager here, answer them all, or send them to us, and we'll all talk about them and answer them as quickly as we can.
And give advice. There's something y'all would rather see us do differently.
Wait a minute, I don't know.
No, I mean like if there's something that we're slacking in the area that everybody can come to a conclusion with.
I guess what we can do, like we can't change our setting too.
No, we gonna be real.
We can't change our voice, you know.
We're gonna be real regardless. I just mean like give us advice.
We a conversation. This is our platform. We want to encourage conversation. So I guess we got a conversation about it.
Yeah.
But if we don't want to change it, then we might not.
That is true.
That's true. We'll let you know real quick.
Yeah, give us some comments, some messages, just like Mayo said. Message us, let us know.
Fully Charged.me, the website. Yeah. Fully Charged on Facebook. The _ fully _ charged _ podcast on Instagram. Our social media manager is about to hook it up.
Photos coming soon. And pretty soon we'll be on that Snapchat. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna see what I can do.
Word.
Keep him accountable. He said for the next couple weeks he ain't busy, so message him.
I said after the next couple of weeks.
One of these weeks you ain't gonna be busy.
Just message me anytime or hit them up as well. But y'all can always hit me up. Like they said, my job is social media. Let me know.
His number's powerful.
Yeah, I don't know my new number by heart.
I'll pull out the phone.
But yeah, but hit me up. Yeah, share. That's all I ask is share and give y'all comments. So Anything else y'all
All
have
right,
to
sign us out, man.
That's it, we out, baby, we out.
Peace.
say? Peace.
My hand probably look crooked. We out.
Well, hey, y'all gotta put